What's going on, guys? It's Justin from the J Media back with another video. So today I'm really excited because I'm back at the family house and I'm here to see my turbo Mitsubishi Lancer GT. So I know some of you guys have missed this car. I do as well. As you guys know, I no longer live with this car because of a little parking situation. Yeah, sucks. Too many cars at the house. HOA don't like it, so I moved it here. Usually my brother's Supra is parked beside it, but he already moved the Supra. Objective of today, we have to move all these stuff here. He has the Supra hood, the wheels, coilovers, some of his stuff. He even has the stock Supra exhaust sitting back here. We'll be getting some work done to the garage floor, getting epoxy done. So because of that, we'll be having to move all these stuff out, including my car. So yeah, I'll be taking the car home for the next week. And the reason why my engine bay is open is because usually I have a battery tender hooked up. I do not drive this car every day. Sometimes I go a few weeks without driving it and I don't want my battery to die, so that's why I have my battery tender hooked up. But yeah, let's go ahead and give it a cold start and move it out of the garage. And just took out my Mitsubishi Lancer out of the garage. So here's a little walk around for those of you guys who missed the car. Stay tuned because in a separate video I actually have a few more mods that I have for the car that I'll be throwing on pretty soon. So some subtle changes inside and outside of the car. I don't drive or see this car as much as I like to, but you know, it is what it is since I don't live with the car. But yeah, she looks beautiful. It's driving this car, like I said, such nice feeling to be back inside and driving it. For those of you guys who are new, this is my 2015 Mitsubishi Lancer GT that I had since brand new. It's turbocharged now, a bunch of custom mods done to it. Yeah, so let's make our little drive back home.
A few moments later.
Just made it back home. Right now I gotta do some shuffling of cars. I'm gonna move my Civic Si out of this spot so that my Turbo Lancer can take this spot in the garage. Usually the SI sits inside the garage on this side, but there's another car here. We have 6 cars in the house right now, so yeah, doesn't help that I have 3 cars. And here's a shot of them both side by side with each other. Like I said, sadly the SI will be sitting outside because we have another Honda Civic here in the garage. But yeah, let me go ahead and move my Lancer into the garage right now. And I have my Mitsubishi Lancer all back in the garage. So yeah, I have the battery tender hooked up as well. If any of you guys have cars that you don't daily drive, especially guys who have winter and you don't drive your car for a few months sometimes, definitely recommend a battery tender. What it does is it charges the battery whenever it gets low on juice. Whenever it's full, it just maintains it. So yeah, you can have this thing hooked up to your battery terminals and yeah, have it hooked up like that. You could go on there for a few months, no problem at all. So that's that. I also, like I said, have a bunch of parts. You guys might see some boxes here. So in a separate video I'll talk about these, what parts we have, but I'm pretty excited to be able to slap on these parts on my Mitsubishi Lancer build. Like I said, unfortunately the car is not where I live right now, but for the next week or so she'll be here at home. So what I'll try to do is I'll try to put on more mods, try to make more content with this car while she's back here at home. So I'm happy to have a Mitsubishi Lancer back here at home. Like I say, stay tuned for future videos because I'll be trying to squeeze as much content as I can out of the car. We'll be having more mods as well as installation videos coming up on that car, so stay tuned. Like I said, she's not going anywhere. I know I don't show the car enough on the channel. A lot of you guys are fans of my Mitsubishi Lancer build. I am as well. That's my prized possession, the car that I love the most, and I honestly wish I could drive it more or work on it more, but sadly it's at a phase where I guess a lot of stuff and money has been put into the build, so most of the mods now, if I were to do it, it's just going to get more and more expensive versus, you know, if I work on my RSX or my Civic Si build, mods are cheaper on those cars. So that's why you might be seeing more installation videos on the other cars. That doesn't mean I don't love my Mitsubishi Lancer, it's just, yeah. She's pretty complete. It's more at this point of like changing different setups. So make sure to stay tuned. Like I said, I'll be doing maybe like a little unboxing video of some of the other mods that I got for the car. One other thing I want to do is I kind of want to answer some questions, a little Q&A session. Again, as usual, if you guys have any questions on any of my builds, whether it's my turbo Mitsubishi Lancer build, my Honda Civic Si build, or my Acura RSX build, you can always DM me on Instagram at JUS_TYN or at thejmedia, or you can just leave a comment in the comment section below my YouTube videos. I'm very good about replying to pretty much all my comments and messages, any questions you may have. So one common thing that I know quite a few of you guys brought up was about my car. So you guys say you guys want to see videos. You know, now that it's turbo, you guys want to see videos of me racing other people or videos of me doing pulls, you know, turbo noises, all that stuff. Sadly, like I said, firstly, because the car is not where I live, so I don't get to drive the car too much. And when I do see the car, usually I'm like just not really driving it as much as I like to. Not because I don't enjoy driving it. Firstly is because with the turbo build, I put on a lot of rare parts. As you guys know, I have a bunch of like ARC discontinued parts. I have Ganondorf side mirrors, I have my Voltex wing. I just have a bunch of rare JDM parts. And a lot of these JDM parts are, like I said, discontinued, rare. So what that means is, knock on wood, if I do get in an accident or if they break or somebody hits me or anything, I can't get a replacement. And I know it sucks because you guys are gonna be like, you pretty much brought this upon yourself for buying parts that are super rare and discontinued. But yeah, it's just what I like. I like the JDM stuff. And another thing is the car is so low. The bumper hangs really low. I'm static on coilovers. I'm not on airbag suspension. So what that means is anytime I drive it or I take it down the road that I'm familiar with, I'm just so afraid that I'm gonna mess up my front bumper. It's gonna break because it's a fiberglass bumper. Or, you know, my intercooler is gonna mess up. I don't know. I just worry a little bit too much, I know. And you know, it's not as easy to do pull videos as you think, because I have to drive the car, obviously have to film. So maybe if I get a chance to have someone else with me, I could do like, you know, flybys, or I could do exhaust clip videos, stuff like that. I know a lot of you guys want to see stuff like that. You want to see some action. You're like, you're a turbo now. You should do turbo stuff, go race people, see how fast it is, how much power you're putting down, blah, blah, blah. I would love to make that kind of stuff. It's just, she's a more of a show car. Yes, she's turbo now, but that car since the beginning has always been a show build for me. What that means is I put rare and pretty parts on there. I bring it to shows. I just want it a little bit faster. That's why I went turbo. My goal is not to make the most power out of it, at least for at this point of time. I just want like more power and some more reliable power, if it makes sense. So I'm not really trying to chase a certain number. I know some guys do. You know, they street race a lot, or they take it to the track a lot. They try to chase a certain number. For me personally, not really. If you guys are wondering, the car, again, I don't have a dyno, but the car makes right around 300 or so horsepower to a crank. You know, depends on how much boost I run. The most I've ran so far is about 9 pounds of boost. Right now it's summertime, I don't drive it as much, and it's super hot here in Texas. I kind of have the boost turned out a little bit. I'm just running really conservative, 4 or 5 pounds of boost. But I have a manual boost controller, which I can manually turn up, you know, the boost. So yeah, I'm just trying to wait for cooler season, you know, boost turbo weather, and then I can have a little bit more fun with the car. But I hope you guys like this video. I know it's not too much, but I'm just super excited to have the car back home, and super excited to film more videos on this car, to drive it, to look at it. To be honest, like ever since that car moved, I don't go to the garage as often. There used to be a point, I don't know if any of you guys can relate, if you have a garage or even if your car is parked outside, you always want to just, you know, open the door, have a look at your garage, have a look at your car in the garage or your car, you know, in the parking lot. Yeah, that car means a lot to me. Like I said, that's a car that I built from the ground up. Had it since brand new for 5 years, so a lot of stuff been done to it. But if you guys stay to the end, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new to your channel, really helps out a lot. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.